The Conjuring House situation just took another twist and yet another turn, as the Instagram page that everyone seemed to think was Jacqueline Nunez's new outlet after her Facebook page was taken down, was also taken down. So obviously over on Instagram, by looking up the Conjuring House and looking at the current pages, as you can see, it's no longer there. The one that we were talking about, the one where all the posts were made, no longer there. And then going over to Facebook, still absolutely nothing. There is no pages, no posts, no people, no photos. Well, there might be some photos, but not from the official Conjuring House page. Everything thus far is gone. Okay? Very, very odd. So, obviously, the page was taken down yesterday. And there was a specific reason as to why the page was taken down. Looking over on Brian Dansereau's Facebook page, everyone that's been wondering and asking about the Instagram page in question was removed, and it was not the owner everyone thought it was. So that's kind of led me to think, well, what does that even mean? Like, this was where I first saw it. I was like, whoa, like, the page, like that Instagram page isn't legit. Like, what? And then I got I got sent this image, which is from Satori, from Cody and Satori's Instagram story. And Satori said 13 minutes, ages ago, she said, "Hi everyone, it was confirmed that the Conjuring Instagram page that's being talked about recently was not actually the owner, and I know that it was removed because of this. It was proven and Instagram swiftly removed the page. I do also know that there were statements made about the staff on the post in the Facebook and Instagram. It's from an original Facebook post that was copied. Thank you for keeping us updated and being so caring. I want to keep you all informed. Please be careful who and or what you trust online," which is a completely fair sentiment. And that's obviously led to a lot of questions, because obviously Jay Cart's art was quite, consciously attacked by this page. He was, the things were brought into question, and it was very weird, to say the least. Like, he was targeted. There was a post about him saying, "I'm watching you," and then there's more stuff. Turns out that this person was just a troll, just, dummying the Conjuring House. And I mean, Jay Cart has taken this very, very hard, because obviously he created a video that I reacted to yesterday where he was saying this is absolutely legit. This has been cross-referenced by multiple people. I've cross-referenced it myself. Here's the proof. And it turned out to be fake. And he's taken that very, very hard. He even posted on my video yesterday saying, "Hey, hopping on and saying I messed up. It seems that the account was owned by a convincing troll and not the owner of the Conjuring House. My deepest apologies to everyone." And I've pinned that comment so as many people can see it, because people were saying, "Where's the Instagram page gone?" after yesterday's post. Where's it gone? Turns out it was just a troll. And over on Jay Cart's YouTube channel, obviously he made it's coming to an end, I think, the Conjuring House drama, and obviously the owner apologized to me. People need to be aware of all the rest of it. But then there was this video here, which says, "Satori and Brian confirmed the account was fake. My apologies to the Conjuring owner." And I think it's only fair that we highlight this video from Jordan, because it is very remorseful. And I think he's taken this quite hard. But in all fairness to Jordan, I don't think people are looking too deep into this, or as deep as Jordan is, because, this situation was completely exacerbated because he was obviously roped into it personally by having a post made. There was his Discord issues. Of course, it got very heated and it became very personal for him, and he wanted to make sure that he dealt with it appropriately. And by doing that, he went onto his YouTube channel to deal with it appropriately. Completely fair, respect it. And, the troll was very convincing. There were posts made. Obviously, there were copy and paste posts over to the Instagram page. From Facebook, we know that now. But at the same time, there were posts made from behind the scenes stuff, and people had commented on it, of personal experiences from going to the Conjuring House. Now, I have my own theory on that I'll talk about at the end of the video, but I think it's important now to highlight this from Jordan, because he is very remorseful. He does apologise, so let's take a look at what he's got to say.
Channel, your local bedhead here. So, as you can see on the side of me right now, these are a couple of the posts I have been seeing. Some of them were posted about 30 minutes ago to an hour ago. So this is something that's now coming out. So the Instagram page was removed. We all know that. And now we're getting word that this person was not the owner of the Conjuring house. Now, I have not seen any proof, like 100% proof, that would say otherwise. I'm just going by what they're saying, and that's fine.
I have heard it from multiple sources who have been messaging me over the past kind of couple of days. Well, not couple of days, over the past kind of 12 hours. And who have said that, sources close to Jacqueline have confirmed to these people, I'm not going to name names because they've asked not to be named, that have confirmed that this is nothing to do with Jacqueline whatsoever.
They are saying it was not the owner. But a lot of them actually thought it was. There was a lot of people who truly believe that this was the actual owner, because whoever was impersonating her did a hell of a damn good job. She's made so many unhinged posts on the real official Conjuring House website on Facebook that you would almost believe almost anything. And I certainly was one of those people. When all of a sudden someone jumps into the Discord, starts doing all of this stuff, then I start slowly getting confirmation by people around the paranormal community saying that this is actually her Instagram account. And I started really to believe that this was in fact the owner of the Conjuring House.
Yeah, and a lot of people did jump on it and say, yeah, this is her legit page. I had it from a few people saying, this is her Instagram page. Like, she's just shuffled everything across because Facebook's gone. And then there was the whole stuff about appealing Facebook, and then, there was some unhinged posts, and it just seemed very parallel. And, everybody was like, yeah, this has got to be it, because, there's posts from, things that we haven't seen yet from the Conjuring house. If you remember that lens flare photo that I showed you guys, that one was on there. That wasn't originally posted to Facebook, and there was another one on the stories, and the person who actually booked and visited commented on that Instagram post specifically. But again, I've got my own theory on that I'll talk about in a moment.
I feel like an idiot. I won't lie to you. I'm not proud of myself in the slightest. I don't feel good that I made all those videos. I hope Jacqueline Nunez and most of anybody can understand where my mindset was coming from. I'm very glad I did not go unhinged myself and say a lot of things I felt like I would have regretted now knowing what I know. So I think it's safe to say and confirmed to say that whoever posted those inappropriate pictures on my Discord was more than likely just a random troll. Probably somebody who had no relations to Jacqueline Nunez at all, probably just wanted to start beef, which was a theory that we did certainly have in the beginning of all of this. It's just our mind started changing once we started seeing the posts on Instagram, once I started seeing the text messages from people in the paranormal community confirming that this was Jacqueline Nunez. I really started to feel like this was the actual person. Now, on my part, that is my fault. I should have looked into it more. I do go by, a lot of times, I do go by what people say, who I think are very trustworthy people. And I guess this was just a situation where all of us were kind of fooled. I'm definitely not the only one who thought this was truly the owner of the Conjuring house switching over from Facebook to Instagram. I'm certainly not the only one.
You weren't. I fell for it too. And, I do also owe apologies to people, especially Jacqueline, because though things have been pretty turbulent, and I stand by what I've said regarding the Facebook page and how people have been dealt with, the Instagram page, wasn't legit. And, I brushed her with, because of how similar the posts were, I brushed her with the same stuff, tarnished her alongside with that, and I do apologise to Jacqueline for that, sincerely. And, not that I think she watches this at all, but if she does by any means, then Jacqueline, I am sorry that I tarnished you with that brush and blamed you for the things that was going on with Jordan in particular, and his Discord and all the rest of it. So, yeah, I'm sorry.
This seems to be a moment where we kind of got bamboozled. We got somebody out here trying to start YouTuber beef with each other. I think this person's agenda was to try to get everybody so pissed off at each other, get this drama continuously going. This drama might have ended a lot sooner than expected. And for that, I'm actually happy to hear that this Instagram stuff could be officially deducted as nothing more than a troll account, trying to go after people, trying to make people uncomfortable, trying to just insert a level of drama and hatefulness and cyberbullying on top of things that were simply and clearly already being handled. It was already to a point where it was so bad already, and whoever did this wanted to amplify it. Disgusting behavior from whoever did this. I really hope legal action is taken against whoever made this account. I really do.
Yeah, and I stand by that, because I think, you know, ultimately this is trolling, you know, of course, by definition. And Jordan's Discord was affected, which has got children in it, and there was NSFW posted within that, which is utterly horrific. Like, come on, man, behave yourself in that sense. Mimicking someone and then making the situation, which is already at a boiling point, worse, to the point where, you know, you've caught the attention of people who are already kind of within the sphere. And, you know, you're creating more content and then continuing to make someone that's not actually involved look bad. Like, you know, there could have been some serious repercussions for Jacqueline Nunes if Jordan decided to take this further. And he was like, yeah, this is borderline. I'm not happy with this. You know, this person's posting this, saying that they're watching me, and then posted a few stories talking about how I'm watching you and how creepy it is. Jordan could have taken that a lot further. And Jacqueline Nunes, because of the belief that this was her page, could have gotten a lot more trouble unnecessarily and unfairly. And, you know, that in every respect is utterly wrong, and that's not deserved for Jacqueline, that's not deserved for Jordan, because then that would have caused a massive kerfuffle for him, you know. And at the same time, there were innocent people caught in the crosshairs, like people in Jordan's Discord server. So, you know, whoever did do this, you know, fair play for doing such a convincing job, but at the same time, it was a bit of a douchebag move.
And to Jacqueline Nunes, I do apologize. 100% I apologize. If this is 100% true, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. This person was an absolute troll and was faking this account the entire time. I apologize. I should have looked into it more.
But I know Jordan says there that he should have looked into it more. There was no more looking into it possible. The only way, right, that you could have absolutely, without 100% shadow of doubt, credited this as a genuine account is to go to the source, Jacqueline Nunes. But right now, Jacqueline's not talking to anyone. All right? Like, you know, you've even had the news, like local news shows reaching out to Jacqueline for comment, and she's choosing not to speak to them. Why would she speak to a YouTuber who's covering the drama? She wouldn't. I don't believe she would anyway. She might do. I could be wrong. It's unlikely. But at the same time, you know, I feel like Jordan's been very hard on himself in that sense, because, you know, we had sources coming to us saying, you know, I had sources coming to me saying, this is legit. This is her page. This is where she's putting everything now. Keep an eye on it. And Jordan had the exact same. So as far as, and these were like reputable people within the context of the situation. At least for me it was anyway. So I was like, okay, this is the real deal. And, you know, I'm just as disappointed as Jordan is, in the sense that it's not anyone's fault. I'm not pointing fingers saying, you've led me down the wrong path. No, I'm not doing that whatsoever, because nobody was to know. And that's the point I'm trying to make. Nobody was to know that this was not a genuine Instagram account, because it was so convincing.
I take full credibility for everything I have said, everything I have posted about this whole account.
I second that. I take full credibility for everything that I've posted about this Instagram account, because I've made, I think, 1, maybe 2 videos on the situation. And, you know, I've been less than fair to Jacqueline in that sense, because it actually wasn't her. So, yeah, I take full credibility for that.
Gave views to a troll. I gave views to somebody, a profound idiot. I'm not proud of myself. I'm actually very disappointed in myself. Again, I hope everybody can understand where my mindset was, why I truly believed that this was the owner. I'm certainly not the only one. I had a conversation with Satori Haas not long ago, going over a small conversation about the Instagram account and whatnot, and she found some things odd. I assumed that what she asked me was, was she able to use Discord? She was never a tech person, and I just assumed it was very self-explanatory. Once you click on the link, you can just make an account and then join. That's what I thought. So that was my mindset and where I was thinking that's what she did. Clearly, it shows that I just do not know everything. I was going by the word of some people, still people I trust 100%, but I think if this really is the case, where this was a situation of it being a troll, and it's beginning to lean more into that possibility, then I apologize to every single person here for throwing these accusations out there without knowing 100% that this was in fact the owner of the Conjuring house. And I wasn't going to say nothing. That's probably why it took me a while to even make that post about the Discord server and the inappropriate picture, was because I was kind of waiting for confirmation. And then when I had some people reaching out to me and telling me on my live stream that this was in fact that person, I was like, okay, well now I have confirmation. But I should have waited a little bit longer. And for that, I do apologize. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you think this is 100% a fake account?
I think it is. I'm going to stop Jordan's video there. If you want to check out the full thing, I recommend you go over to his channel. He also did a live stream where he talks about it a bit more in depth. So I highly recommend you go and watch that as well. But, like I say, I don't think that Jordan's at fault. I don't think anybody is ultimately at fault for this, apart from the person that created the Instagram account. That's not me deflecting blame. That's not me trying to be like, we're not in the wrong. Because yes, we are in the wrong for creating the video without getting solid proof. But, like I say, without going to the source, who's probably not going to talk to us anyway, we got pretty solid confirmation from people around the idea. But like I said, I've got a little theory. Potentially, I can't point fingers at all on this whatsoever, but there was obviously a post that was made, which kind of confirmed to Jordan, confirmed to me, and it was kind of like, yeah, that does make a really good point. Was the person who obviously posted there was the image of the Conjuring house experience that this person had there. And, you know, the person also commented on that talking about their experience or whatnot. Could that have been the person, potentially, that created the page? Like I say, no definitive proof. Cannot say categorically that's absolutely the case. It's only a theory. But, you know, like, at this point, who even cares about that Instagram page? I think the less attention that we give that, the better. Like I say, it has been taken down, so it's not coming back. But yeah, I felt like it was important to highlight to you guys that wasn't legit, because I have just made a couple of videos talking about it. And I also felt it was important to hold my hands up ultimately and say, I also fucked up. I made a mistake, and yeah, you know, maybe next time better due diligence, but I don't know how much more we could have done. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, though. While you're down there, be sure to jump to get the hell out of that like button, and until next time, I'll spook you later. Peace.